Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and welcome back to the ATR 72600. Today we're doing Binter Canaria's ops, flying her from MK Studios' brand new Tenerife over to Gran Canaria. A quick 25-minute flight across the Atlantic. Now, I'd say we're not gonna lose any time here. We got beautiful new scenery, and we've got a fantastic airplane with a lot of fantastic mods from flightsim.to. So we are using the Binter Canaria's livery from RAM 13 / used by Horizon, and they haven't just done a fantastic livery here like they always do, but they've also painted a fantastic cabin and a fantastic cockpit, kinda like they always do. Alright, but there's really a lot of nice clutter and immersion objects in this one, so absolutely gotta have a look at this. So let's board our ATR and then we can make our way up to the flight deck over here and just have a look at what the cabin looks like now. I mean, isn't this nice? Really, once again, awesome job. I mean, let's take a seat here for a second and just look at all the objects down here in the seat pocket. Look at the seat cushions and all that kind of stuff. Really fantastic stuff that they've done down here. Alright, but now let's move up front and let's open up those doors. By the way, looking into the cargo compartment, they've once again done some fantastic things down here as well. Lots of cargo added, and then we can take a seat on the captain's seat of our ATR. In the flight deck, again, lots of lovely stuff. We do have, you know, things like the papers, the mobile, then we've got some fruit down here. We have the ability to watch soccer. Most important, and then also things like the aircraft's technical log that you can put up here. There's more stuff down here on this side, so you can really see how they've really made this a fantastic addition to our simulator. The flight deck just really comes to life like this. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with a look at what we are going to fly today. So here's what we are going to do today. We are departing from Tenerife and we are setting course over to Gran Canaria. The weather at both airports is fantastic. Tenerife over here, beautiful, 25 degrees. Gran Canaria, just as beautiful, up to 29 degrees today. Now, Tenerife is also our alternate, so that's it for the weather. We're leaving at 1100 and then we're going to arrive some couple of minutes behind schedule, but I'm sure we're going to make it on time, cruising at an altitude of 9,000 feet. So, going down into the fuel, I'd say that's basically 1.5 tons, so that's all we're gonna need today. Alright, then let's start setting our airplane up. The parking brake is set, the power levers are in ground idle, the gust lock is engaged, condition levers shut off, flap lever 0, and the landing gear lever is down, the ATPCS is in, wipers are off. Alright, then let's make sure that we've got a ground power unit connected to the airplane. So here it is, thank you very much. We'll also put the tail prop in position and then we can open our doors. Now let's go ahead and start our services down here from GSX with the catering service. And then let's go ahead and get going. So the battery is coming on, the external power is coming on as well. Then our plane is going to take a couple moments to start up, and while that happens we can just continue with our startup procedures. So the fuel pumps are off, the DC generators are showing the fault light, and the probe heaters are off. Windshield heat is coming on, but the fault light is showing just like it should. AC generators, the same thing, and hydraulic pumps, the same thing. Oxygen supply is coming on. Then fuel pumps, number 1, and cross feed is looking good. Then let's test number 2, and it's the same thing. Alright, so with that our fuel pumps are set. Then I'll just cycle the storm lights so that our cockpit lights are gonna work. Then door switch, tested and looking good. Landing gear indicators, 3 green. Okay, so nav lights are coming on. No device signs on. We gotta wait for the seatbelts because we haven't refueled yet. The rest up here is looking good. Flight recorder test is looking good. Then annunciator lights are looking good indeed. Like this, and then back to bright, and then we can go ahead with the fire tests for engine number 1 and for engine number 2. Alright, both sides looking good. Then let's go right down here and come down to the main panel. We're gonna turn up the brightness. We are gonna turn up even more brightness down here and down here. And down here, and down here, and down here. We really need a master brightness switch in this aircraft. Okay, good. So, on this side, speed target is gonna be automatic. Then, down here the rest is set. We'll come to the QNH later. Down here, power management is set into takeoff. That's looking good. Then, let's continue with the APCS test. So, starting down here, engine number 1. It's looking good. And fire test. Alright, that is looking good. Now let's do engine number 2. And that is looking good. Alright, so we've got that. Then let's quickly turn the lights up. Just makes everything a little easier to see. Okay, moving on. Ice test. Looks good. APM test. Looks good. And that's it on the main panel. Then, let's move further down and set up our displays. We'll get to the frequencies later. For now, we need ND overlay, nav 8 and airport. And we can also go for the terrain, please. Like this. Alright, then we'll switch you into the full screen view. Like this. Fantastic. Then down to surveillance. Actually, tell you what, let's turn the train back off for now, because it is a little bit of a frame rate thing there. Okay, so surveillance, alt off can already be selected, and I'm just gonna cycle the transponder there because that thing has a little bug still associated with it. Then weather radar. It can go onto standby and 5 degrees up, and down here the rest is set. Bearing 1, bearing 2, then we can tune the audio control panel. In here everything's set, and over here you'll get the same thing that we have. Kinda like this. Alright, voice recorder ground control is coming on, and that's pretty much it for this part of the setup. Then let's go for the charts, and we are departing from Golf Charlie Tango Sierra, enter. Alright, we need the ground charts and the SID charts, probably for Romeo 07. Let's find some frequencies. So we got delivery 121.75. So that's 12175. Just gonna put that over here, and then ground is gonna be on 121.9. Like this. Okay, VHF 2 121.5, and ATIS 118.675. Okay, like this. Then, before we start with the FMS setup, let's go ahead and grab the ATIS and see what we are gonna do today.
Transition level 70. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Caution unknown drone activity in the area. Flight inspection aircraft currently active in the vicinity. Advise on initial contact. You have information Juliet.
So, ATIS Juliet.
Tenerife Sir Airport. Information Juliet. 0930 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 07. Wind 160 at 5. Visibility 10 kilometers. Scattered at 2000. Temperature 25, dew point 22. QNH 1018.
1018.
Level 70. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Caution unknown drone activity in the area. Flight inspection aircraft currently active in the vicinity. Advise on initial contact. You have information Juliet.
Okay, Juliet is on board. All that stuff is checked. Well then, let's go ahead and continue with our setup. So, init page, position init, GPS position, thank you. Also, let's go ahead and start the boarding, please. Okay, so this is all looking good. Then nav data is checked, flight plan init. We're going from Golf Charlie Tango Sierra to Golf Charlie Lima Papa. Like this, and we are Romeo Sierra Charlie 5 Sierra Kilo. Like this, execute. So, Tenerife, departure 07, Pelin 1 Echo departure. Here it is, with no transition, execute, and then we're arriving in Gran Canaria on an ILS Zulu approach 03 left with the Pelin 1 Charlie and the Thomas transition. Okay, execute. Now we can remove that discontinuity down there. Execute, and then a very quick look over our set. So, straight at Tango Sierra 506 and then to Pelin, and on the 1 Echo that's below flight level 90. Let's have a look down here. We got 506, Pelin, and it's below 8,000. That's from the star, but that's gonna be fine. Okay, so that's our route all entered. Then let's continue. Data, init, weight. This is all set automatically, but not quite correct yet. So let's go ahead and load the aircraft. Flight plan, sim brief, set fuel, set payload, and load aircraft, fuel, we wanted 1,500, like this, start loading. Alright, thank you. So we got two 2444, 1,500, 21,944, and that's all tracked. Then let's find our reserve fuels. So that's 590 plus 292, so we're looking at 882. Like that. Alright, then let's continue on the performance pages. So the transition altitude down here is 6,000. Like that. Then, average winds, 238 at 24. Like this, like this. Maximum cruise is selected, and then for the performance initialization, cruise altitude 9,000 alternate, Golf Charlie Tango Sierra, and we're gonna fly there in 8,000 feet. Like this, and then we are basically done with that setup. Alright. Good, so that's our setup completed. Then let's request the IFR clearance. Okay, delivery is selected. And we had information Juliet. Tenerife delivery, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, information Juliet, request IFR clearance to Gran Canaria. Think.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, cleared to Gran Canaria, via the Pelin 1 Echo departure. Initial climb 4,000. Departure on 127.7. Squawk 4325. Expect runway 07.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, clear to Gran Canaria via Pelin 1 Echo departure, climb 4,000, departure 127.7, squawk 4325, expect runway 07. Alright, Tenerife 07, Pelin 1 Echo.
Read back correct. Ground will be on 121.9.
121.9, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Okay, 121.9, let's put that thing active. Like this. Then we have a squawk of 4325.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Departure
welcome aboard Canaria's
127.7.
Airlines Flight 800, departing from Tenerife Sur Airport and heading to Gran Canaria. We kindly
Okay,
ask you to
and
take your
runway
seats
07,
according to your
Pelin 1
boarding
Echo,
passes and stow
climb
your
to
luggage in your
4000.
bins or
Echo
under the
contact
seats
tower
in front
on
of you. If you require any
11.0.
assistance, please do not hesitate to contact any member of our
And that's all
Thank you for
selected.
choosing to fly
Alright,
with
the
us
IFR
today.
clearance is on board. Like this. Good. I don't want to move that thrust lever. All I wanted is the toga button. And here it is. Good. Alright, toga is selected, and then we can start with our departure briefing, please. Alright, we're going to depart from Tenerife, runway 07, Pelin 1 Echo departure, climbing 4000, MSA 14,300. Due to the Mount Tide in the north and extra fuel time, we have 50 kilos, giving us around 5 minutes. So, our departure is going to be from 07. The taxi to get there is without any hotspots. Stop margin is more than a kilometer. Engine out sits straight at 25 miles to pick up the holding in 3000, and then we stay over the water for the way back. Can land over here, we can continue to Gran Canaria. We have options. Now, for our departure, we've got nothing special, we've got nothing non-standard, and for the threats, we definitely have the terrain, which is mostly that Mount Tide in the north over here, so we make sure that we are not going to fly into that. Well, and that's it. Nothing miscellaneous. Any questions on the briefing? No? Alright, so that's our departure brief complete. And final cockpit preparation checklist, please. Park and brake is engaged. Altimeters, QNH 1018 reading 200, left and right. Landing elevation 0, FMS ComNav set, fuel quantity and fuel on board, checked. Engine fuel used, reset. Memo panel, check. Power management, takeoff. Final cockpit preparation checklist complete. Alright, let's say hello to our passengers and then we're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel. In the name of Binter Canarias, I would like to welcome you all on board of our ATR 72600 on our flight to Gran Canaria. The flight time is going to be 25 minutes. We expect a smooth ride and we will be ready to go here in just a few moments. For now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us, and we'll get back to you with the latest details before we start the approach into Gran Canaria. Thank you very much for your attention. Okay, so they're briefed, then let's close up. Like this, and then let's look over the aircraft data. So this is all good. Confirm takeoff data, trim 1.1. Okay, fantastic. All set. Takeoff data is confirmed, and then let's tell GSX to prepare the position for a push. That's a bug. Alright. It just doesn't recognize the airplane's doors correctly. See, the cargo door's been open all the time. But okay, we're gonna stop all of that. So, let's go ahead and start engine 2 in hotel mode. So, aux hydraulic pump, propeller brake, and then we're ready for engine 2 start. So, fuel pump's on, starting 2. So, here's 10%. Prepare for pushback and departure. Alright, number 2 is up and running. Then external power is removed. Down here as well. And then we can call for a pushback, please. So, ground is already active. Tenerife ground, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, request pushback and startup.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, push and start approved, face east.
Push and start approved, face east, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Hello, click spot. Here we go, nozzle steering is off. Alright, B4 propeller rotation checklist. CDLS on, FMS and takeoff data confirmed, trims on 3 axis set, tailprop on board, doors closed, seatbelts on. Actually, are they? Seatbelts on, beacon on, B4 propeller rotation checklist complete. Okay. Ground from cockpit. Hi there, please confirm that all doors and hatches are closed, ground equipment is removed, and the pin is installed. That's all confirmed. Okay, roger. So let's just clean this up. Down here as well. Don't have to have all that stuff flying around in our flight deck. Okay, pushback approved, facing east, and the parking brake is set. Roger, facing east, please release parking brakes. Parking brake released. Roger, starting the pushback, and you are clear to turn the engines. Roger that, and we'll call the pushback on time. The time just went on to 01 over here, but we actually started moving at 1100 exactly. Very good. So then, we are ready to turn engine number 2. So, prop brake is coming off.
Airlines flight 800
and then we're ready to start engine number 1.
To Gran Canaria. Our
Clear one.
estimated flight time is approximately 30 minutes. We kindly ask you to pay close attention to the upcoming safety
Engine 1
demonstration,
start.
as it contains important information even for our frequent flyers. Please fasten your seatbelts, ensuring they are securely fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Return your seatbacks and tray tables to the upright position, and open your window blinds for takeoff and landing. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode, and larger devices should be stowed. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited on board. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if needed. Pull the mask firmly, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Life vests are located under your seat.
Alright, here we go. And the pushback is completed. Please set parking brakes.
Floor level lighting will guide you to the nearest
Parking brakes
exit,
set.
which may be behind you. In case of evacuation, leave all personal belongings behind and follow crew instructions immediately. If any electronic device becomes hot or catches fire, please inform the crew. The safety information card in your seat pocket contains all details. Thank you for your attention and for choosing Canarias Airlines.
Okay, fantastic. So, let's wait for them to disconnect the equipment. Come on, the brake is set. Here we go. So, while they remove the tuck, let's just bring up the taxi chart already. And here we go. Okay, lifter, ramp agent, and bypass pin. Very good, B4 taxi checklist. So, flight warning system recalled, cockpit comm hatch closed, condition levers 1 and 2 auto, anti-ice off, TRU on and checked, anti-skid test is performed, flaps 15, nozzle steering on, B4 taxi checklist complete. Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, request taxi.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Taxi to holding point runway 07 via Delta 3 Tango Bravo 0.
Delta 3, Tango, Bravo 0, holding point 07, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Alright, clear on the left side, and clear on the right side. Now Delta 3 is immediately to the right of us. We've been standing here, pushed like this, so we're just gonna make a sharp right turn onto Tango, and then out to runway 07. Okay. Then let's go. Alright, and this is Delta 3. So we're clear on the left side, and we're clear on the right side. Alright, cool. So for the departure we'll use nav mode and ES mode, and ES is in automatic and is looking good. Okay, and then we can do the takeoff config test. And we got takeoff config test, okay. Alright, fantastic. Then let's do a flight control track. Full up, full down, neutral. Full left, full right, neutral, and the radar response. Very good. Taxi checklist. So, taxi and takeoff lights on, brakes checked, and FGCP, FMA set and checked, takeoff config test performed, taxi checklist complete. Okay, to review the takeoff briefing, it is a lefty takeoff, runway 07, flaps 15, noise abatement procedure 2, speeds 11, 11, 14, and the SID initially straight out, right hand turn, climbing 4000, contact departure when advised.
5 Sierra Kilo, contact tower on 119.0, bye bye.
119.0, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, bye bye. Now we've got that problem with the click spots again. Tenerife Tower, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, ready for departure.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, Tenerife Sur Tower, runway 07, winds 180 at 7, clear for takeoff.
Runway 07, clear for takeoff, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Okay, here's Bravo 0, runway 07. So, strobes on, lights on, cabin crew, prepare for departure. Okay, before takeoff checklist. So, takeoff briefing performed, gas block off, flight controls checked, transponder TCAS on, and boost function off, airflow norm, complete down to the line. Then we'll line up, and once we've done that, we can do the checklist below the line.
On runway 07.
Checked. And here we are. Okay, before takeoff checklist below the line. So, cabin crew advised, engine bleeds on, external lights on, lateral flight director bar centered, rudder cam centered, before takeoff checklist complete. Alright, are you ready? Take off. Set power. Power set. 80 knots, checked. V1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. So, look at that, 15 degrees pitch, proper rate of climb. That's how we love the ATR. Autopilot on. And we've got LNAV EAS outsell. Good.
Contact Tenerife South departure on 127.7.
127.7, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. So, climb thrust selected, acceleration. So, flap 0, speed check, flap 0.
Approach, Air Portugal, 26 Tango Sierra, descending through 3,500.
What was that about?
Air
Pull
Portugal,
up.
26
No.
Tango Sierra,
It's all good.
expect the ILS runway 7 approach. Tenerife South departure, Alpine 52 Zulu Alpha, radio check. Alpine 52 Zulu Alpha, radio 5x5.
Departure hello, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, passing 2,200, climbing 4,000.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, Tenerife South departure, identified. Climb flight level 090.
Climb flight level 90, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo.
Test complete.
So what is that? Are we stuck with the pull-up lights on now? Can't be serious. Alright, have the takeoff checklist. Landing gear up, flaps up, power management NP, climb checked, engine bleeds on, taxi and takeoff lights are off, holding at the altimeters. Are you really flying with the pull-up light on all the time now? No comment on that. Alright, let's see if we can get any shortcuts, like maybe Thomas. Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, any chance to proceed direct Thomas?
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, direct Thomas, approved. Proceed direct Thomas.
Direct Thomas, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, thank you. So, direct to Thomas. Execute. Okay, fantastic. So, looks like we'll have a nice 25, well, maybe 30-mile cruise. Good rate of climb as well now, 1400 feet a minute. I mean, it's an ATR, you're not gonna get much more, but 1400 feet a minute.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, expect the ILS X-ray runway 3 left approach into Gran Canaria. And have you got information Kilo?
Expecting the ILS X-ray runway 03 left, and we'll check information Kilo, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo.
3 Air 12 Bravo.
Haven't even reached the top of climb yet and they're already starting with that stuff. Welcome, Spain. Okay, so that's done that.
Air 12 Bravo.
Standard is cross-check, passing flight level 61. Now, checked. And that's the after takeoff checklist complete.
57 Yankee Bravo. Descend to flight level 080.
Man, suddenly she's a lot of fun to fly. Now that we don't have to bother with that, you know, 500 feet a minute rate of climb any longer that she used to have previously. So, there's the teeter right back there. I wonder if we just go to the drone camera here for a second. Just take a look at that. That should be a beautiful screenshot down there. Well, let's do it that way. zoom all in, look at it like that, but now, here's the trick. Once you go to auto mode, that should actually look pretty cool. Now we've just gotta make sure it focuses the plane. Something like that. Yeah, that definitely looks good.
Left 2040 down to flight level 160 till established.
We can take it a little closer, like that. Yeah. That's what I call a nice view. That's what I call a really nice view. Screenshots taken. Alright, and now let's just return to our standard view over here. 1000 to go. Checked.
9421. Turn left, heading 235.
Okay, and then I'm afraid we'll already have to start with a little bit of work.
Final approach course.
So, Gran Canaria, stars west, ground chart, and...
Left to 235 down to 4000 till established. Cleared visual approach runway.
Looking for 3 left, Isla Zulu, here it is. I know that ATC said X-ray, but ATC says a lot of things in Flight Simulator. So I'm not gonna bother with that. Here we go. So, ATOS 118.6.
T3000. Temperature 27. Dew point
Oh, why does it say out off?
QNH 1019.
Oh, here's why.
Transition level 70.
18 miles.
Caution
from
unknown drone activity in the area.
Turn left.
Advise on initial contact. You have information.
Descend
Kilo.
to flight level 100.
Gran Canaria Airport.
Okay, information Kilo is on board.
1100 Zulu. Arriving and
So, thank you, done with that.
Descending flight level 100 till established. Cleared ILS runway 7 approach. Orange 5848.
So, squawk machine below. So, then, let's get started. Transition altitude on the way in is gotta be 6000. Oh, that seems bugged. Oh, fantastic. I couldn't imagine anything better. So, performance transition, can we change it here?
Flight level 085. Expect further clearance.
Yeah, that's looking better. 1018, and the rest is all looking good.
Contact Canaries control.
Okay.
135.1.
135.1, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo.
Mesa A3, Hotel Tango. Contact Canaries.
Canarias control. Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Maintaining flight level 90.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, Canarias control identified. Good afternoon.
Alright, so
Air 3 Foxtrot
minimum 400.
level 240. Climbing to flight level
Like this, and then I think we've pretty much set it up, huh? VOR ILS, frequencies 109.9. Like that, and for the missed approach we need... nothing, all on off now. Okay, easy. Nonetheless, let's tune Lima Papa Charlie 1150.
Canair 5 Sierra Kilo, contact Gran Canaria, approach on 121.3.
121.3, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Gran Canaria approach, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, flight level 90, information Kilo.
Canair 5 Sierra Kilo, clear direct tailing.
Canair 5 Sierra Kilo, Gran Canaria approach identified. Good afternoon.
Okay, clear direct where? No, must have been some nonsense.
17 contact Canaries control.
AI hallucinating. Okay, so 1150, and then up here we wanted that as well. Okay, like that and that. Good, and then finally let's check our flight plan. So from Thomas we proceed to Drano and then to Falpu, maximum 190. And we got Thomas, Drano, Falpu, 190.
Juliet Foxtrot identified.
Then for the approach, Falpu,
approach.
7.40 meter descent point at 3.5 degrees, 3.9 and 1390. And that's all tracked. And the missed approach is via 405, right turn 406, left turn 056, climbing 3000. 405, 6, 3000 on 056. Okay, that's all looking good, and that's all in here. Excellent, then we are done with our setup, so let's go ahead and start the approach briefing, please. And just before that...
Approach, easy 59 Yankee Foxtrot, 5500.
Where does the thing tell us the extra fuel again?
Easy 59 Yankee
I knew it has,
Foxtrot,
I know it has that.
approach identified. Expect the
Question is
ILS
just
runway
where.
3 approach.
Oh. Can't really seem to find it. Destination EFOB 900. Okay. So 900, that means we do not have a lot of extra, but that's okay. Cool, then let's start the approach briefing.
2EJet 2 Bravo, hold as published at 0, expect further clearance in 15 minutes.
Alright, we are going to fly eventually radar vectored ILS approach runway 03 left, and the MSA is 8600 down to a minimum of 400. Go around straight at
Kilo, descend via Pelin 1 Charlie to flight level 070 for the ILS X-ray runway 3 left approach into Gran Canaria.
Descend flight level 70 via the Pelin 1 Charlie, arrival expect the ILS X-ray runway 03 left, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo.
Gate, kindly put your tray tables away and ensure your seats are in the full upright position with your seat belts fastened. The weather in Gran Canaria is
okay, set, flight level 70 blue, and VNAV is out. Okay, good. So, for the rest of our briefing, extra fuel time, we have around 50 kilos. Giving us like what? What's the fuel time on this thing? 50 kilos gives us around 4 minutes. Okay. Cool, so for the approach, we are going to use flight director guidance for an ILS approach runway 03 left, and the approach... Interesting, suddenly we're above the path.
Descend to
There we go, enough path.
until established on the final
And
approach
vertical
course.
speed.
Cleared RNAV runway 3 right approach.
Left to 355.
So, 1,000 feet a minute down. Seatbelts and landing lights remain on anyway, and that's it. Cool. Oh, here's a VNAV path again. Yeah.
Max Aviator 220.
Hold some G's.
Contact Gran Canaria Tower on 118.3.
Okay, cool.
Have a
So we got
good
all that
afternoon.
stuff. So for the approach, we will use an ILS approach with flight director guidance, flaps 30, and no auto brake on this airplane. Our landing run has a stop margin of around 1,000 meters, and we vacate the runway to the left-hand side. Nothing special on non-standard, and I've got nothing out of the ordinary. Any questions or suggestions? No? Alright, so that's our briefing completed. So let's go speed 240.
NASA 53 Victor Lima. Turn left heading 335.
Let's see if we may be able to shove a couple of miles off with a little radar vector here.
Cleared ILS runway 1 approach.
I mean, we are rather far from the island, so I wouldn't be surprised if vectors were available, but let's ask.
ILS runway 1 approach. NASA 53 Victor Lima.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, request radar vectors for the approach. That might give us a little left turn here, and cut us, you know, a minute or so off the flight plan.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, turn left heading 080, descend 6,000. Vectors for the ILS X-ray runway 03 left approach. Speed below 220 knots.
Left 060, descend 6,000, vectors ILS 03 left, speed 220, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo.
NASA 90 Hotel Delta, turn left heading 120 base leg.
Alright,
Canaria 5
Sweeney
Sierra Kilo,
off.
expedite your descent to 6,000.
Alright, here's 1,000 feet a minute. 1,000 to go. Let's pull throttles down. Flight idle.
53 Victor Lima, contact tower 118.475.
Pretty effective.
So long.
And here we are at 220. Good. So, ILS. And the runway track is 025. Like this.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, speed 200 knots.
Speed 200, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, request QNH.
Over to tower, Bueling 99 Juliet Foxtrot.
What did I do now?
Sierra Kilo, QNH 1019er, QNH set.
QNH 1019er, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Set QNH. Yeah, looks like that side is still bugged. Can't get it out of standard any longer, but that's okay. Cool. So, QNH 1019 cross-checked, and we are at 6,100 now. Checked. So, direct Falpu to keep the FMS sequenced. And here's 200 knots. Cool. Descent checklist, please. So, flight warning system, recalled, landing elevation, 0, FMS, set and checked, DHMDA, set and checked, arrival briefing performed, descent checklist complete, approach checklist, seatbelts on, landing lights on, altimeter, set and checked, cabin altitude checked, approach checklist complete.
Heading 360, descending 3,000 till established. Cleared ILS runway 3 approach, Binter 1551.
I'll let it slow a little further, because we'll have to go into a crash dive the moment we get further descent clearance. Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, request further descent. Localizer alive, but he's taking us through the lock.
Sierra Kilo, descend 4600.
Descent 4,600, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Alright, 4,600, vertical speed, minus 1,500. $1,000 to go. Still above the glide.
Chanex 3 Sierra Alpha, turn right, heading 060, descend to 3,000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 3 approach.
Oh, look at that, they're giving us some more distance from the coast. So I'll probably get the left turn to intercept in a few moments. Actually, I'll tell you what, there's the airfield.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, turn left heading 360, descend 3,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS X-ray runway 03 left approach.
Left 360, descend 3,000 until established, cleared ILS 03 left, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Okay, so let's do a nice 2,000 feet a minute here. Engines to idle, and down we go. So there's the field on sight. However, I have a feeling that we need another couple of degrees left. Give me something like that, please. Okay, approach speed mode is active. And then we'll descend towards 2,000 to intercept. Alright, flight 15. Speed check, flight 15. So, glass slope alive. And approach is armed. So, 1,000 feet a minute. And we're about at the glide. Localizer should come like any second now.
Austrian 472, contact Canaries Control on 135.1.
Okay, lock star, glass loop star.
Over to Canaries Control on 135.
Go around 3,000 sat. Okay, good. Gear down. Of course we overshot. Because autopilot. And flaps 30. Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, established ILS 03. Left.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, contact Gran Canaria Tower on 118.3.
118.3, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Gran Canaria Tower, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, established ILS 03 left. Lock.
Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo, Gran Canaria Tower. Runway 03 left. Winds 040 at 10. Cleared to land.
Runway 03 left, clear to land, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Okay, lights on. And landing checklist, please. So, cabin crew advised, landing gear 3 greens, flaps 30, power management, takeoff, TRU low speed checked, icing air light off, external lights on, before landing checklist complete. Okay, manual flight. Alright, then let's have some fun. Runway straight ahead of us. Completely stabilized. It would take a monkey to ruin this approach. So let's see if I need to grow myself a tail. Well, if I do, can I call myself a Saiyan?
03 left.
Alright, let's focus on flying. A little bit of turbulence here, as you always have in the Canaries. Especially when we are getting above the... what are those ahead? Don't remember the English name. But we will definitely get some turbulence when we get over that. Alright, and here is our turbulence.
Approaching minimum. Minimum.
Continue.
Minimum. 200.
Don't be too fickery with the speed in the Canaries.
100.
It's just always varying.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright.
60 knots.
Sierra Kilo. Contact ground on 121.7.
121.7, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Ground hello, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo. Request taxi to the gate. Wonderful, 24 minutes flight time, and here we are. That's the type of island hopping we could definitely do more of.
From gate P48 via Sierra 3, Romeo, Romeo 4. Good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just
Sierra 3, Romeo, Romeo 4, gate 48, Canaria 5 Sierra Kilo.
near your continent due to its diverse landscapes and microclimates. Thank you for flying with
Alright,
Canaria's
let's
Airlines.
just stop here
Please
for a
remain seated
second.
until we reach our final parking position.
So, ground charts. Hey, where's the parking part? Oh, there it is. Missed that one. So, 48 is down the left-hand side. Now let's clear the exit before anything else. And here we go. Alright then, let's clean up. So, trim 0, gust lock. In, flaps up, radar off, and lights set. Okay, after landing checklist. Radar, standby, flight controls locked, flaps 0, trims, reset, landing and strobe lights off, anti-de-icing off, probe heat. Is off and TRU off. Alright, after at least 2 minutes we have those. Condition lever 1, feather then shut off. So, Papa, stand for 8. Come on. Here we go. Come on, man, start rolling. Okay, and number 1 shutdown. And here is 48, taxi and takeoff lights off. Okay, stop. Parking brake set. Then aux pump on. Prop brake on. No. Okay, again.
Attention all aircraft. Information LEMA is now current. QNH1019er.
What's wrong? Okay, looks like the propeller brake is not gonna come on. Well, so be it. Then, feather 2. Alright, let's try the prop brake one more time. Aux pump on. And look at that, now the prop brake is ready. Good. On. And here we go. So, propeller brake engages, and the prop is at a standstill. Fantastic. Alright, then beacon off, seatbelts off, and no device signs off, and the transponder. 2000 and standby. Okay, good. So, parking checklist, park and brake, engage, taxi and takeoff lights, off, condition lever 2, feather, beacon is off, transponder standby, tail props coming in, and seat belts are off. And that's the parking checklist complete. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the wheel chocks, let's get the ground power, open the doors, and then we can call for deboarding over here.
Taxi to parking. NASA 17.
Okay, external power is there. Then we can shut engine number 2 down. Okay, so the airplane is going onto a new leg, and that's all I got for now. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the flight. As always, leave your feedback in the comments underneath the video. Like, comment and subscribe. And if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link down in the video description below. Also check out MK Studios' brand new Tenerife if you did like the flight. Now, thank you very much for watching. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and then I'm really looking forward to see you all again on the next one.